champion, biggest trophy, and $1,000 out of my pocket. Thank you everyone for joining us for the Australian Discus Show, the first in Australia in nearly 20 years.
What's your favourite?
Oh, right now, Boutique Sakura, because that's the one I'm buying.
Oh, you're buying it?
Yeah.
You're buying a showfish. Okay. You'd be excited about that. And do you have a discus tank at home?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And how many discus do you keep?
Right now, I only have 10. Yeah, because my tank's not that big. It's
Only
4
10.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 4 foot.
So I used to breed discus when I was a lot younger.
Yep.
And if you told me that today we'd have strains like this that are in the tanks behind me, I wouldn't believe you. I think the selection of fish that we've got here today, absolutely incredible. Not only just the home tanks or the farms, but just the patterns. They're crazy, man.
Honestly, it's absolutely mind-blowing. You know, I knew this was happening, but I didn't really have a concept of what it was going to look like. And when I saw the scale of it, it's mind-blowing. It's an Australian first, just so you guys know. I hope this is just the beginning of more of these types of events to come. You know, the Australian hobbyists haven't seen something of this scale, and they see it overseas and you see it on social media, but to actually experience it themselves,
Yes.
I think it's absolutely remarkable.
You're enjoying the show today?
Yeah, very much so. I think everyone's put a lot of effort into the show. So we've been very proud to be able to bring not only the fishers that have come in from international, but also the judges that have actually flown in as well. We had a really fantastic team of volunteers here. We've been able to get over every problem we've had. So this has been a really smooth operation. Definitely aim to have more competitions like this in Australia.
It's been an awesome experience to be part of. Proud to be not only able to come and help out, you know, the first show in nearly 20 years, but be part of actually bringing fish down and entering them in the competition.
You've actually brought your family down, is that right?
I brought my daughter with me, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been here helping out. It's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fantastic.
so really good to spend quality time as well as get her involved. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been working really hard the last few years, haven't you, Coffs Discus, and it's all starting to pay off then.
Yeah, it's been over 5 years of lots of heartache and pain and learning, and losing.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're just starting to come out on the other side now.
Overall, what's your impression of the first discus show for 20 years?
Well, extremely impressed. I was very honoured that I was offered to be able to become a major sponsor with the Discus Show. So, of course, I jumped on board straight away. It only made sense that we had polyfilter in the systems to strip out any impurities. And, of course, having the Aquarel heater and the Marine Pure pods in there to assist along the way is very important. Polyfilter was originally used for blood transfusions in patients. What it does is it's going to strip out any harmful organics, toxic ammonias, heavy metals, but it's also got a colour changing reagent. So if it turns yellow, it's pulling out ammonia. If it's blue, it's pulling out aluminium, things like that. Usually put at the final stages of your filtration. So don't treat it like a normal wool. You'd put it as a final polisher. So the other products that we've got in the discus tank are the Marine Pure. What makes it so unique is not only does water pass through the holes, it can pass through the physical wall structure itself. So the product will never build up hydrogen sulfide and it will never clog. This pod would do about 120 litres. This sphere does about 30 litres. And then one last thing that we've got to show you is the Aquarel Ultra heater, which is through all the discus. Now what makes Aquarel unique is it's got a call to response with heat. It's not just a heater. So what we've done is we've set this one on 29 degrees to show, see the flashing of these? We've set them at 25, but because we've set this heater up, it's flashing on 29 to say, hey, this tank's running hotter than what you wanted me at. So through summer in Australia, where you've got your outside temperature's going to go hotter than the tank, got that covered here.
What's been your big takeaways here at the pet show?
Seeing more crowds around, helping them learn more about the aquarium industry, education, actually hands-on, like with the workshops we do, colouring in, and then everybody's interaction is really good, I feel.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to check out the discus of the Australian Discus Show?
It's amazing. It is.
Yeah.
There is some awesome species over there and just great looking, and it looks awesome along that whole back wall. It looks amazing. So David's done a great job with Oz Discus as well.
Did you have any favourite discus at all?
I'm a sucker for red discus, so
They look good.
They look really good, really good.
We're very, very lucky this year. We've been able to invite some amazing international judges. So the first is I'd like to introduce you to Jeffrey Tan. He is the head judge at this show. He's also one of the owners of IP Discus, the renowned IP Discus farm from Malaysia. They're one of the most awarded farms in the world.
What do you think of the fish here today?
The overall, I would say the standard is good. The participation also quite even across all the category. So we have been doing quite a difficult job. Try to shortlist 5 pieces for every category.
Okay.
Because some category we have a tally, so we have to go second round to choose.
Okay, that sounds really intensive then. So I suppose everything's a ranking and you're trying to be as precise as possible.
We want to make sure the 5 pieces that we shortlisted is the correct one that should be detailed in judging.
The godfather of discus, Tony Tan from IP Discus, one of the most renowned breeders in the world. He has created some of the most well-known fish, including eruptions, beautiful blue diamonds, and everybody loves his Galaxy turquoise. Ricky Lim is the first creator of the Super Panthera in the world. So we're very, very pleased to have Ricky Lim as part of this show and judging our discus here in Australia. We've got Nicholas Pereira. Nicholas is from Perth Discus and he has bred discus for many, many years. He supplies discus to the West Australian market. We really, really appreciate your time.
Nicholas, it's great to have you here today. What do you think of the selection of the discus?
Oh, it's really good. I wasn't really expecting that many entries in Australia, to be frank with you, but it was good to see that there was quite a lot of entries and good quality fishes as well, and they're all the large size.
Has this been your first judging competition?
Yes, it is. It is my first one. Been to visit another one in Indonesia recently. It's a lot different, standards a lot higher because water's a lot clearer. Fishes are healthy, so it's a good sign to see in Australia. My goal is actually to upskill myself, get better at what we do, so that's why I'm here. You can never learn enough, no matter how experienced. I've kept discus for 30 years, 35 years, but you're always learning.
Yes.
New technology, new equipment.
And last but not least, we've got John Johnson from Fax Aquarium at Townsville. His store is newly created just last year, so please support Fax Aquarium from Townsville.
Enjoying yourself judging?
Absolutely impressed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed a little bit, but very impressive. But with the small population we have in Townsville, it's not like a big city. I cater for a different market to everyone else. It's more about quality for me than quantity. So 90% of all my fish and all my stock come from breeders rather than wholesalers.
I think it's important to have a quality aspect because when you're dealing with people's pets,
Absolutely.
It's
it's something that they don't only put money into, they put their heart into. Now we've got a 10 by 4 by 4 tank in my shop, which is Australia's largest freestanding aquarium.
Okay.
4,300 litres.
Yep.
So I can't wait to get that set up.
After the judges have all busily made their selections, it's time to announce the winners in each category. Although many factors make up a winning fish, let's unravel what colour and pattern makes each category winner. In the red category, it's all about the depth of colour. We seek a discus that boasts a solid, rich red hue covering most of its body with minimal interruptions.
Champion of the red category for Australian Discus Show 2023 is Emilio Avenizio.
Likewise, in the blue category, we are looking for a pure blue coverage across the whole fish.
The champion of the blue, Robert Lim, unique discus from Malaysia.
For fine spotted, we are considering the snakeskin and Panthera strains. The fish should have 15 to 21 bars on the discus. These bars tend to come out under a little stress.
The champion of fine spotted, Evan Stacey, Tank 23, Super Panthera.
For coarse spotted, it's variations of the leopard strain essentially and has 9 to 13 bars.
The winner of coarse spotted category, the champion, Oz Discus, Papik Sakura, Tank 39.
For pattern brown, the turquoise strain is essentially what we are looking for. A bluish base with brown patterns.
The champion for pattern brown category, Tank 45, AMJ Aquaculture Farm in Malaysia.
For the pattern yellow category, we are looking for the best pigeon blood strain. As such, the discus patterns can look quite red, but will still have a yellow base.
The champion for pattern yellow at Australian Discus Show 2023 is Emilio Avenizio.
For the albino category, the judges are considering albino features, which is a lighter colour throughout the discus and red rabbit eyes.
And the champion for the albino category at the Australian Discus Show 2023, Oz Discus.
Unclassifiable is simply an open category. This means this category contains an immense variety of discus fish strains, and so it is always a very competitive category to win.
And the champion of the unclassifiable category. This was one of the toughest categories with the most amount of fish. Mr. Pepper Richards from Coffs Discus.
Now we have the 8 category winners. It is time to announce the overall grand champion, where judges decide their favourite selection based on the scoring. Emilio Abenizio and Oz Discus are neck and neck with 2 votes each. Let's see what happens next.
So the grand champion prize, the biggest trophy, and $1,000 out of my pocket. Tank number 39, Oz Discus. That's awesome. You're right, Lippman. Congratulations, Oz Discus. Thank you everyone for coming to join us for this award ceremony as well.
A tight contest has resulted in Oz Discus winning and taking home the grand champion prize. But wait, remember the story earlier? Tank 39, the Batic Sakura? That's right, Kalina, who works at the Oz Discus store, had just purchased this exact fish. This same fish was available for purchase for over 2 months at the Auburn Aquarium retail store. So there you go, you never know what might be the next grand champion discus. But if you want a clue, ask the workers. They have a pretty good idea. Thank you for watching this video on the first Australian Discus Show in 20 years. Let's hope we see another one just like it soon.